Okay guys, so ignore the fact that I'm not on camera, feeling very, very poorly, but I wanted to do the update. I can't even remember when I did this update last. I think we're a couple of months out, so I need to change some things around, and then when I'm feeling better, when the bacterial conjunctivitis has gone from my eye, we can use the products that I pick out. I've still got loads of Shop My Stash items, like the new ones that I picked out that I've not been able to do a Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. These items here are in a project pan, the That's Expensive project pan with the Fantastic Ladies group over on Facebook. So let's go through it. I think that Dior blush I always keep in. Yeah, so that Dior blush I always keep in. You can definitely see I'm wearing off some of the print. This one is in the shade Rosy. I've had it for such a long time, so that one will be staying in. Then we've got the Huda Beauty Neon Green. I use this a lot, apart from the greens in it, but let me show you how it looks. These toppers are something else, guys, especially those three in the middle row and that one to the right on the bottom row. The like bronzy shade there is more opaque and the green's more opaque. I'm not a lover of the greens up at the top. I mean, it does make a really pretty look, especially when you pair it with that one there. Do you know, that one in the middle? It's just very, very pretty. So that's going back in the collection. It's going nowhere. Right, this is the best I've done on any of what I've been using. I've had this in and it stays in all year round. I feel like I want to pull it out in January and just make sure I've actually used the finishing powder. So let me show you what it looks like. I mean, just look at it, guys. I'm trying to get all that from the bottom there, but there's only that left. You know, I've done so well with it. By December, January, that should be gone, but we'll see. And then next year I want to bring this in and use the blushers, the bronzer and the highlighter. So it's just like a little quad at that point. I haven't used it as much as I would like to. I did use the bronzer and the highlighter, and I've used both the blushers this go around just because I didn't want to use my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me products until the Shop My Stash was on the channel. But yeah, it's just a really, really nice palette. If you want to try the powders, I would definitely recommend a palette over just getting individual products. I mean, you can get individual products, like, so today I ordered an Hourglass blusher from Sephora. It was £22.10 in the sale. It's Mood Exposure. Subscriber, she's called Babe, actually said that I would suit Mood Exposure, so I've got it on her recommendation, and I basically got it for £22.10, but also I got the £5 knocked off, so I think I paid about £17 for it. And I'm glad I only paid £17 for it, because I don't know if these are the same size, but the one that's coming is only 1.2 grams, which is fine. You know, I've got a hell of a lot of blushes. I don't need it to be massive, but 1.2 grams is just so tiny, isn't it? Anyway, that's what the palette looks like. Next year we'll be working on all that. So this palette is going to stay in the collection pretty much until it's gone, I think. Not the collection, the That's Expensive project pan, because I think I will be doing it next year as well. Then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Iron Face palette, instant looking palette, 5 minute on the go, and this one's in Natural Beauty. This one was the first one she ever brought out. Right, so I brought this out for work. When I first started working, I did a look on camera. I think 16th, well, it will have been 16th of September, and I decided to keep it in the That's Expensive project pan as well. I haven't really used it since then. It will go back in my stash. I don't need more than one face palette, and obviously we've got the Hourglass one, so that's that can go back. Then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So I have used a little bit more of that, but I want to put it back and we'll pull something different. I want to pull at least an eyeshadow palette, and then, you know, we'll see how many more items I can pull. So we've got the P. Louise Crush Pencil, that's going to stay in. And then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury little Bitch Perfect. I haven't really been using these items, so yeah, that's definitely going to stay in. So that's 2 items. I'll keep this one in as well. W7 OTT Magic Metals Out of the Blue. I've not really been using this either, so that's 3 items there. So how many can I pick? So 4, that one's going back, the Charlotte Tilbury's going back, and the Charlotte Tilbury face palette's going back. So that's 3 items. So we're keeping 5 and we're putting 3 back. So those 3 are going back. So I can choose 3 items and that will leave 8. So basically what you do in this That's Expensive project pan, you're basically pulling between 8 and 10 products that you consider expensive in your collection. Now, it doesn't have to be high-end. It could be Revolution or any other brand. But to me, the things like Dior, Hourglass, Charlotte Tilbury, Huda. So I'm going to pull a palette now. I don't know what I'm going to pull. So I'll come back in a second and show you what we're going to use. But I do feel like we should pull a face palette, considering 2 face palettes are going away. Actually, no, because we've got the Hourglass one, so we won't pull a face palette. Right, let me just go and see, because I'm rambling now. Sorry about that, guys. Right, so I did pull something out. I've wanted to use this for a while, not necessarily for the eyeshadows, although I may dabble into the eyeshadows. It's the Kevyn Aucoin Jewel Pop Face and Eye palette. I got this so cheap at TK Maxx. Is the price still on? No. That must have been on the box, and I've gotten rid of the box. Can I even open it? Hang on. Right, so it's mainly for the blush, rose quartz, and the sculpting medium powder. Will I use the eyeshadows? I really don't know, guys. I may do. I may dabble into them and check if I like them. I never really liked the eyeshadows in this palette. The reason I kept it around was for the face powders. And then I pulled this Jason Wu palette out just because it's got some really nice mattes in it, and I need that for... I normally pull this out around Christmas time, so I just thought I would get more use out of it in the That's Expensive project pan. It's the Urban Decay Stone Vibes. How beautiful is that packaging though, guys? Can I get this open? Yeah. It is just absolutely a stunner of a palette. I mean, you are getting some shades there, like that Antidote shade and the Deepening Out shade there, Third Eye, Good Karma and Hexed, but I know I'll want some lighter shades, and this palette comes in handy for that. So this Jason Wu one is the Agave palette, really nice. And then obviously we've got this, so we're gonna have a lot of fun with this palette. Can do several looks with it. I don't know how many looks I'm gonna end up doing. I may end up rolling it into December or January even, so because we're nearly in December now. But yeah, let's put all this in, and that gives us the 8 items that we need. Right, so they're just on top here, and then the Hourglass and everything else is just behind them. That Dior needs to be here, if I can put it. There's a marker pen there. Right. Okay, so that's all that. And then we've got the Fun Size palette here by Natasha Denona, but I've already done a video on that. That should already be on the channel. And that's it really. I keep this in. I used this recently in a live. It's the Stila Little White Lies. It's a highlighter palette, but they look good as toppers. So just keep that there in case I want to use it, in case I just want to do a simple eye look with toppers. But yeah, that's everything until next month, I guess. And I'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.